Hello and welcome. I'm just here in tabletop giving my early impressions of this week's challenge, which I'm excited for. It's like a blind. The way it works is that everyone's going to terraform the planet and your score is going to be divided by 10. And then it's as if all 5 of these awards have been funded. So I think that that's a lot of fun, because there's a few things here that are just good to have, and then there are a few things here that are like bad to waste, which, getting a lot of tiles on the board, neutral. It's probably good if you're throwing down lots of greeneries and cities, but whatever. Banker, lots of income, that's good. Scientist, you're going to have to buy a lot of science cards, because again, in these challenges, you have to bring a certain number of cards, and that limits when you can start. Though this one has a specific rule in particular, Thermalist and Miner, and someone put it as the prisoner's dilemma, being you could go all in on Thermalist or Miner, but these are resources you want to spend. So you want to spend only one more than the other person, because this week's challenge is all of these awards are compared between everybody who has a submission. So if you score first place in one of these awards amongst all the people, that's 5 points. And since the score is divided by 10, that's the same as scoring 50 points in game. You do need to terraform the planet to win the game or whatever, to be eligible to compete for the awards. But if most scores are going to be in the range of 100 to 250, let's say, the person who scored 100, if they got 2 awards, all of a sudden have the equivalent of 200 points. So pretty wild. I mean, it kind of excites me. It gets me going. The other thing is that there's a list of 12 banned cards. 6 of them are in here, and the other 6 are here, that you can only play in the first generation. In the first generation, you can take 10 cards with you, and you can play them, and then you can choose 4 more cards per generation you pass. And you can't take standard projects, so you better plan out how to do the whole friggin' planet. But I just laughed because I was like, of these 12 cards, I can get 6 of them down in the first generation playing as Terractor, which I thought was a lot of fun. Because Earth Office, you can, like, $30 after spending half of your 60 on buying the 10 cards. Then you Earth Office, Media Group, those are both free. Investment Loan, you're up 13 bucks. Indentured Workers gets you up another 11, so you Earth Catapult. Olympus Conference is $4 now. Actually, it's only $2. So I have more money than I expected here. Oh no. I mean, it's not actually an oh no, it's an oh yeah. But then Olympus Conference is funny because you're going to end up drawing 3 cards over the course of this, I'm realizing. So I should put a little +3. And then Research, you're also going to get 2 cards, which you can sell. So, like, realistically, you're going to end this whole thing with $4 or $5 left after you go Olympus Conference, Research for the science tags, advanced alloys, quantum extractor, mass converter, and now you're starting the game with 10 energy production, which is going to do wonders. 10 energy production, and you have 13 production cycles, 12 of which are going to go into heat, let's say. Like, that's 120 heat. Let me just click a button really quick that says 120 divided by 8 equals, that's 15 heat bumps. That's freaking sick. That's a lot. And that's regardless of having now +1 on all your alloys, -2 on space cards, -2 on all cards, -6 because you're Terractor on Earth, and 3 back on events. You did miss out on the other cards that had to be played in Generation 1. Standard technology is a moot point because you're not able to do standard projects. Electro Catapult, Arctic Algae are cool. I really wanted Optimal Arrow Breaking, but I couldn't make my money right. I mean, I tried doing something different than Olympus Conference, but it just didn't seem to work. So, because the problem is that you have to get rid of Indentured Workers. And without that $11 boost, You know, I'm ending this with $4 left over. You can't squeeze in even a free card if you're going minus 11 and only have 4. So anyways, I just thought it was interesting that you could get all that stuff going, but here's the real deal. This is fun when you're going down some sort of lots of cards played. You're going to fight for the scientist thing and maybe do some thermalist with your energy, and your metals are worth extra, so in the future maybe you turn around and do what is it, a mining expedition, or it's like mineral something where you get 5 steel, so that's $15, $3 off the card, yada yada. It can be a lot of fun, but I think that realistically, what's going to happen with Landlord being in the game and Miner is something like Mining Guild, where Mining Guild you're going to have tons of metals either way. For some reason I thought you needed building tags, but that's actually builder. So tons of metals with Mining Guild, tons of placements to get you tons of what have you. Like Banker isn't too bad to do once you have Mining Guild in play and you're getting all kinds of cities and stuff. So that's where my head leans at for actually being competitive is Mining Guild, but I think we've all played enough Mining Guild runs that it's like, ugh. Plus your aquifer pumping, you have to buy it on turn 1 if that's what you want to do for your oceans. Either way, I think this is a lot of fun. I'm really excited to see what people come up with. I also like the idea of doing like the Tractor start with, you know, acquired company, sponsors, cartel, Miranda Resort, all the Earth tags, yada yada yada. Maybe you'd have enough to get Arctic algae or something, because this is just so many plants. But I think what you really want to do in that early first generation where you can play cards is get your production up, so that you can wait 5 to 6 turns to accrue a whole bunch of new cards. And then all of that time you will be pumping up that cash flow or that energy or that whatever. So I'm pretty hyped for this week's thing. I'm not sure which way I'm going to go with it. I just wanted to lay out how many of the restricted cards I could get going up to all these science things. Sadly, anti-grav can't do it. You can't get science, 7 science tags. So this would be your 8th card, unless you do use research. So 7th card, and then with only 3 cards, be able to get all the way up there. Just wild. I mean, maybe you can, but here's the thing. Then you're giving up something like Earth Catapult, which accomplishes the same thing. So. And finally, the last point I'll make to why you shouldn't do this, don't be like me and do the effort of trying to break all of Frisbee Bear's great balancing rules, is that card cost reduction is awesome, but you need lots of cards, and there is no card draw in these challenges. There's only the cards you bring. So if you're going to bring 30 cards, then you need to wait till generation 8 or 9 or something, and then you're just like, not doing anything. So, whew. Basically, do not be like me. Be different, be smarter. Play something that actually works to the strategy of Thermalist or Miner or something like that. Landlord even. Like Ecoline sticks out. Banker, not sure how you do Banker. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed. I've had a lot of fun talking about breaking the rules. And I hope you guys have a lot of fun with this week's challenge. I'm going to start thinking harder about what I actually want to do now. See you soon.